South Africa is almost out of the World Cup, but there's still hope. There's still a way South Africa can qualify for the round of 32, even without winning their last game against South Korea. So in this video, I'll be explaining the scenario, the easiest way how South Africa can qualify for the next round, even without winning South Korea. First of all, in their current group right now, South Africa is bottom, right? So you have Mexico at 6 points, South Korea at 3 points, South Africa and Czechia 1 point each. South Africa have played Mexico. They lost to Mexico, right? They drew to Czechia. That's why they have 1 point. Then on the other hand, South Korea will be playing South Africa in the last game. They won their game against Czechia, right? South Korea won their game against Czechia. Now, on the last day of the group stage matches, South Africa will be playing South Korea. Mexico will be playing Czechia. Mexico have already qualified for the next round. Number one, South Africa will have to win South Korea. And of course, once they do that, their chances of qualification is very good, irrespective of what happens between the match, in the match between Mexico and Czechia. So South Africa just win, they will have 4 points. So they can either qualify as number 2 or one of the best third place teams. There's no how South Africa will get 4 points and they will not be among the one of the best 8 best third place teams. So South Africa, option 1, just win your match. Option 2, if South Africa fail to win South Korea, they draw South Korea, for example, right? They draw with South Korea. Then you now have a scenario where they will now have to hope for results elsewhere. Mexico to beat Czechia. So that South Africa draw with South Korea, right? South Korea will go 4 points. South Africa will go 2 points. Czechia will remain bottom of the group with 1 point if they lose to Mexico. So a draw in this scenario will now leave South Africa with 2 points. And in that case, South Africa can finish third in the group and may still qualify as one of the best third place teams. But in this scenario now, they'll have to pray that the 8 teams in other groups that finished third will not have more points than that they are 2 points. So that one becomes difficult, but it is still possible. Now, South Africa losing to South Korea, it is over. If South Africa lose to South Korea, it is over. The World Cup hope and everything is over. Because at that point, you have South Korea at 6 points with Mexico, either beating Czechia or whatever. South Africa will be left with 1 point, bottom of the group, right? Even if in that scenario, Mexico beat Czechia, South Korea beat South Africa, and South Africa and Czechia remain with 1 point. And maybe South Africa is now placed in third on that group with 1 point, right? It will not be enough to qualify because there's no way. There are 12 groups, 8 third best placed teams will be picked. I don't think 1 point will be enough for South Africa to be among those 8 teams when you look at other groups. But mathematically, it is still possible. There's a scenario where you may have some teams in other groups that finish third with 1 point. And if South Africa have a better goal difference or less goals conceded, it also becomes possible. But number one, South Africa, once you can win South Korea, that's all. You qualify. That's guaranteed. You can either qualify as second or third, because finishing third with 4 points will guarantee you being among those third best placed teams. So this is the scenario now. Bafana Bafana, win your game. Easy, right? If you win and Mexico beat Czechia, finishing second becomes very, very possible. In fact, that's the case, right? Because South Korea will now be 3 points. So win your game. Mexico beat Czechia, you finish second, automatic qualification. Whatever happens in other groups does not concern you. But if you fail to win, maybe you draw, then you now start calculating Okay, can 2 points take us, right? Or a different scenario, like I've also explained, finishing with 1 point at number 3 position. You now have to hope that all the other number 3 positions across the groups are as similar as South Africa. So this is the reality for South Africa. Don't forget to subscribe, like, share this video.